Did you know that one simple food choice before bed could quietly put your heart and brain at risk? It's something most people never think twice about, but the truth is, as we grow older, especially past 60, the body becomes more sensitive to the things we eat, and nighttime is when it's at its most vulnerable. This video isn't here to alarm you with rare or extreme cases. It's here to gently guide you through what actually happens in your body while you sleep, and how something as ordinary as a bedtime snack can either support your health or put it at risk. As we age, our digestion slows down, our blood pressure becomes more sensitive to changes, and the body's ability to repair and restore itself during sleep becomes more delicate. So a food that felt harmless in your 40s might now be doing more harm than good, especially if eaten at the wrong time. The title of this video refers to a real and tragic case. A 72-year-old man who passed away after unknowingly making one of the very mistakes we're about to talk through. This isn't about pointing fingers at a specific food. It's about listening to your body and respecting what it needs in order to rest safely. That's why experts recommend allowing at least 3 to 4 hours between a heavy meat dinner and bedtime. If you're looking for a gentle protein option later in the evening, consider a hard-boiled egg, some plain yogurt, or a warm bowl of lentil soup. These foods are easier on the stomach and won't overwork your system when it should be winding down. Lightening your evening meal isn't about missing out, it's about giving your body the space it needs to rest and recover properly. Many people notice they sleep better, have fewer nighttime interruptions, and wake up feeling more refreshed. That's not a coincidence, it's your body responding to being cared for. Number 2, sugary desserts and late-night sweets, a cookie after dinner, a small piece of pie before bed. These little comforts can feel like a sweet reward after a long day. But for older adults, especially those between 65 and 85, those evening treats might be doing more harm than you think. When you eat sugary foods late at night, your blood sugar rises quickly, but just as quickly it drops, often during the middle of the night. That drop can trigger night sweats, increased trips to the bathroom, and unexpected wake-ups around 2 or 3 a.m. While it might not seem serious at first, these sleep disruptions can throw off your body's hormonal balance and interfere with the brain's natural recovery cycles. Sugar also increases inflammation, which can affect your nervous system in subtle but important ways. Take Carol, for example. She was 74 and enjoyed a small bowl of chocolate fudge most nights, but over time she began to experience tingling in her legs, vivid dreams, and morning fatigue. Her doctor eventually traced these issues back to fluctuating blood sugar levels at night. When she stopped eating sweets before bed, her symptoms improved significantly within a few weeks. What many don't realize is how sensitive the body becomes to sugar with age. The pancreas doesn't produce insulin as effectively, and cells don't respond the way they once did. That means even a small dessert can throw your whole night off balance. If you find yourself craving something sweet in the evening, try enjoying fruit earlier in the day when your body is better equipped to handle it. And after dinner, try calming options like chamomile tea with a dash of cinnamon or a few slices of banana. Foods that help support serotonin and gently encourage the body to wind down. Remember, this isn't about saying no to all sweets. It's about choosing the right timing, so your body isn't overworked during its most important hours of rest. Better sleep, steadier energy, and fewer interruptions at night are all within reach with just a few simple adjustments. Now let's continue on. Number 3, aged cheeses and salty preserved meats. There's something cozy about a little plate of cheese and cured meat in the evening. For many, it's a relaxing ritual, something to nibble on while watching a favorite show. But for older adults, this innocent habit might be doing more harm than good, especially when enjoyed close to bedtime. Aged cheeses and salty meats are high in a substance called tyramine. This compound may not be familiar to most folks, but it has a very real effect on the body. Tyramine triggers the release of norepinephrine, a stimulating hormone that raises blood pressure and increases alertness. In the morning, that might be helpful, but at night, when your body is trying to wind down, it's like flipping on a light switch when everything should be going dark. Harold, age 78, is a good example. He loved his evening snack, a few slices of cheddar and salami, while watching the late news. But he began waking with headaches and a racing heart, unsure why his sleep felt so unrestful. A conversation with a dietitian revealed the culprit. Once he stopped eating those foods in the evening, the nighttime symptoms faded, and he finally started sleeping peacefully again. There's also the issue of sodium. Preserved meats like salami, pepperoni, and prosciutto are packed with salt to extend shelf life. Eating them late in the day causes fluid retention, which can make your hands and feet swell, your rings feel tight, and your sleep interrupted by more frequent bathroom visits. Even more concerning, that extra salt subtly raises blood pressure, adding extra stress to your heart at a time when it's supposed to be recovering. And then there's digestion. Fatty aged cheeses are slow to break down, and your body ends up working overtime to process them. That added effort raises your core temperature and diverts energy away from cellular repair and hormone balancing, two essential nighttime tasks. And the result? Restless sleep, odd dreams, and waking up feeling like you never quite got the rest you needed. The good news? You don't have to give up these foods altogether. Just shift them earlier in the day. Enjoy that sharp cheddar or cured ham at lunch instead of late evening. Then, let dinner be something simpler. Steamed vegetables, a light protein, maybe a warm bowl of soup. Many older adults notice immediate improvements in how deeply they sleep and how refreshed they feel in the morning. After 65, every organ in the body becomes more sensitive to what we ask of it. What seems like a small change, moving a snack from night to noon, can lead to big benefits over time. Number 4, chocolate and hidden caffeine sources. Chocolate might seem like the perfect way to end the day, just a little square of dark sweetness after dinner. It's comforting, familiar, even healthy in moderation. But there's a side to chocolate that's often overlooked: its caffeine content. Chocolate contains not just caffeine, but also theobromine, a stimulant that affects the heart and nervous system. These compounds increase alertness, raise heart rate, and suppress melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall and stay asleep. For younger adults, the effects may be minimal, but for those in their 60s, 70s, or 80s, even a modest amount of chocolate in the evening can shift your sleep cycle by more than an hour. It can also reduce the amount of time you spend in deep restorative sleep by as much as 20%. And chocolate isn't the only source of caffeine sneaking into the evening. Many people are surprised to learn that decaf coffee still contains some caffeine, enough to cause trouble for sensitive individuals. Certain over-the-counter medications, including pain relievers and cold remedies, may also include caffeine. Even relaxing teas like green or white tea can carry a mild stimulant effect unless they're clearly marked as caffeine-free. Ruth, 82, was one of those folks. She had a small piece of dark chocolate every evening and sipped on green tea to relax. But over time her sleep grew fitful. She began waking during the night, having vivid dreams and starting her mornings groggy and drained. Once she cut out the chocolate and switched to a caffeine-free herbal tea, she noticed the difference within just a few nights. The key here isn't to swear off chocolate or tea forever. It's simply to move those pleasures to earlier in the day, ideally before mid-afternoon. And it's wise to double-check the ingredient list on medications or supplements for hidden sources of stimulation. If you see words like guarana, green tea extract, or caffeine, take note. As we get older, the line between what helps and what hinders becomes narrower. Being aware of what we consume after 5 p.m. can mean the difference between a night of true rest and one spent tossing and turning. Let's keep going. Number 5, alcohol and nighttime sipping habits. For many older adults, there's a comforting routine in winding down the evening with a small glass of wine, a sip of bourbon, or a warm nightcap. It's familiar, it's soothing, and yes, it can help you drift off more quickly, but what most people don't realize is that while alcohol may help you fall asleep, it quietly steals the quality of your sleep as the night goes on. Alcohol affects the body differently as we age. It acts as a sedative at first, but then it disrupts the second half of your sleep cycle, when your body needs to be in deep restorative rest. That's when healing happens. That's when your memory gets stronger, your immune system repairs itself, and your nervous system resets. Without that deep sleep, your body misses out on critical overnight recovery. Even more specifically, alcohol reduces REM sleep, the stage that helps your brain process emotions and store new memories. And here's the hard truth. As we get older, our REM sleep naturally declines. So adding alcohol into the mix only makes the problem worse. That's why so many people over 65 find themselves waking around 2 or 3 in the morning, wide awake and restless. What felt like good sleep early in the night turns into tossing and turning later on. That's because alcohol raises your body temperature, increases your heart rate, and forces your liver to work overtime. It's like turning on the engine when the rest of the body wants to rest in stillness. There's another important concern: balance. Alcohol affects coordination and slows your reaction time, even in small amounts. And when you combine that with age-related changes in muscle strength or blood pressure, getting up to use the bathroom in the middle of the night can suddenly become dangerous. A misstep, a bump in the dark, and the result can be a serious fall. For older adults, falls remain the #1 cause of injury-related deaths. It only takes one moment. And don't forget that alcohol hides in places you might not expect, like certain cooking sauces, desserts, or herbal tonics. Marvin, 76, had a nightly habit of sipping a hot toddy. It helped him fall asleep, but over time he started feeling sluggish in the morning, foggy-headed, and even a bit off balance. After his doctor suggested skipping it for a week, he was amazed at how much better he felt. He still misses the routine, but not the way it made his nights and mornings feel. You don't have to give up every little comfort. But if you're over 65 and you're having trouble sleeping, feeling groggy in the morning, or worrying about nighttime safety, cutting out alcohol after sunset could be one of the kindest changes you make for yourself. It's a small shift that can lead to clearer thoughts, steadier steps, and a deeper kind of rest. As we grow older, the little things matter more than ever. The snacks we choose, the drinks we sip, the timing of our meals. These habits, once harmless, can quietly turn into sources of stress for the body as it works harder to stay in balance. Avoiding these 5 foods and drinks before bed isn't about restriction or fear. It's about awareness. It's about respecting the changes your body is going through and helping it do what it's naturally designed to do. Rest, heal, and prepare you for a new day. You don't need fancy tools or expensive programs. What you need is attention to your routine and the willingness to make gentle changes. And if you've made it this far, you've already taken that first important step. That tells me something about you. You care, you're still learning, you're adapting. And in this season of life, that's not weakness, it's strength. Strength of mind, strength of heart, strength in the quiet decisions that help you live with greater comfort, confidence, and clarity. We'd love to hear your thoughts. What was one thing you learned today that you didn't know before? Is there something you plan to change in your evening routine? Leave us a comment below. Your voice matters and your story might just help someone else. And if you found this helpful, we'd be grateful if you'd like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us keep creating content that informs and uplifts. Thank you for spending your time with us today. Until next time, take good care of yourself.